Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pats Talk Pages podcast. On this episode, me and my guy Pat's Planet, who I'm about later shortly, this will be an episode of the Midweek Motion. So we're going to come to y'all live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Midweek Motion, a recap of the previous game. So in this case, it's going to be a recap of the Raiders game and then a preview of the Dolphins game. So I appreciate all you guys joining us tonight. Number one, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing the content. Make sure you are subscribed to the Ken's Pats Talk Pages podcast. And also go to my guy Pat's Planet. Pat, did you add your channel?
Yeah, I got it. That's right. Let me add it up right here. Let me make sure.
Yes, sir. Take your time. When you
we're good.
Channel, okay, you guys go over and make sure you go to Pat's Planet. Make sure you subscribe, man. He do some tremendous work. He put a lot of heart and dedication to his content, man. Well respected, man. I really appreciate all you do, bro.
No, I appreciate you, man. Same right back at you.
Yes, sir, man. This business here, we got to be grinding. We got to be grinding late nights and early mornings. We got to get into it.
You already know.
Man, let's go ahead. Speaking of get into it, let's go ahead and get into it. Quick recap of this, the Patriots Raiders game, man. I've been bad off since the game. I know you've been bad off, man. I know you done posted, you done did some content on it. What happened?
You know, I kind of expected it almost. It was one of those things that we're all hyped up for it. Everybody was optimistic going into the opener. It was at home. It seemed like it was the first time the Patriots were favored to win a game in a while. And we should have kind of expected it all to come crashing down. It just, I point to the opening drive of the second half, and we could talk about start to finish however you want, but we went into halftime with the lead. It was 10-7. You know, granted, we didn't look great, but Drake May was doing his thing. I thought first half he looked good. You know what I mean? Overall, you go into half with the lead, you get the ball back, and just that drive, him throwing that interception, which we could talk about, but I didn't necessarily put it on him because the pass rush was there. He got hit. It messed up the throw. Mm-hmm. But if they didn't throw that interception, if that turnover on that opening drive of the second half, they drive down, put some points on the board, it's a different story. That was a big swing right there, and that ultimately decided the game, a 7-point game. You know what I mean? So it sucks. But it's week one. It's one game, and it only counts for one game. So we're good in that aspect.
You couldn't have simplified it and said no better. I think everything steamrolled after the Drake May interception on the first drive. Because if you look at it, we was driving in the third quarter. We was driving down the field. We was just scoring. We was probably around the 40, 50 yard. We was driving. I think it was second down. He was trying to throw the ball to Diggs. It looked like Max Crosby came around on a stunt with going up against Wenu and Morgan Moses, hit May, and it was an interception. I can't think of the safety name for the Raiders, but nevertheless, it was an interception. It did look like, and I watched some of the R22. It did look like Diggs was open, kind of like on a dig or whatnot. It looked like he was coming up on a dig, but May kind of floated a little bit, and I think the pressure had a lot to do with that or whatnot. I think before that, I give him a B+. He had a couple misses, like I call them May sprays, which he had the one. But I think he had to turn the ball over. He had a touchdown to Pop Douglas. I mean, if the game wasn't 4 quarters, it was just going off of 2 quarters, the first half, I give May a B plus. It just seemed like everything in the second half, it steamrolled after that interception. He really didn't bounce back from that. I think he was like 7 for 12, had a couple sacks, a couple high balls, and the accuracy for May is continuing to be an issue,
Yeah.
whatnot. And I think he's seeing the field well. I like where he's going with the ball. It's like he's clearly going to an open guy. It's just he sells it. The first one he sold to Pop Douglas, literally on the first drive of the game, third down. I don't know if Pop would have had the first down. Like he might would have came up short, but May he sold it a little bit. He sold it. So I'm like, oh man, Pop was wide open.
And even on the touchdown to Pop Douglas, the play right before, he missed Pop Douglas in the back of the end zone too. So he's still missing, and that was a concern through training camp, through preseason. We seen him missing Pop Douglas, even on the sideline catch that we all saw from Matt Collins in that preseason game. Even that was a little high. So his accuracy has been in question, and I like to see him control that. I don't know if it's just the way his playing style, where he plays excited, and that kind of contributes to him being inaccurate with the football at times. If that's something we're just gonna have to learn to accept as
Patriots to live with. Yeah, I definitely was being my guy D. We were saying I think that's just the sprays or something he's gonna deal with. We just got to deal with this. I think that's just gonna be part of his game. I don't think you can actually kind of coach that. I think there's something physically that he has to kind of he be out up in the beginning of the game. Even that one of Hunter Henry. I think when the first drive coming out, he kind of sailed that. Hunter Henry was wide open on a stick route. He was wide open. May sailed over his head. So he get that under control. I think everything else will flow from there. But I think he's seeing the field. He don't really, out of his 11 interceptions in 2 years, I can't think of one that was just an outright bad pick. I think the one against the Bears last year, he's going to the sideline. He threw it. You remember that one?
I remember that one, yeah.
That might have been his worst one. Other than that, all of them have been tilt passes or overthrows. So, from a defensive perspective, tilt pass, overthrow, what they said, they got to have those or whatnot. So that goes to the defense. So I think with May, I think he got to calm down. He did. He made some night. Kayshon Boutte, which we're going to get into that shortly. Kayshon Boutte had a pretty good game. Pop was getting open. I watched him in all 22. He was getting open. I think Diggs with his first game coming back from an ACL injury, he was pretty solid. But your positive takeaway, your 3 positives from this game, and I'm gonna get my 3 positives.
Well, my 3 positives from the game is one is the pass rush on the defensive side. Not just Harold Landry getting those 2.5 sacks that he got, but even Milton Williams, he had the most pass rushes, most pressure rate on the defense, and he even didn't have a sack. So that's good to see from him. His sacks will come, obviously. But that's probably my biggest takeaway from the defense is seeing that pass rush. You could argue that the coverage was good at times. They did get torched by Geno Smith towards the end. He just kept racking up the yardage throughout, even though they didn't put up that many points. But I think once Gonzo comes back, we'll be okay as far as the secondary goes. But yeah, as far as biggest takeaways, definitely the pass rush. And then back on the offensive side of the ball, Kayshon Boutte, I mean, what more can you ask for aside from him? It's not even just a one-off anymore, because you look back to his last 4 games, going back to last season, he had 2 of his last 3 games of the season. He went over 100 yards. There was only 1 game that he had like less than 40 yards, I believe. But yeah, in Buffalo too. That one of those games that he went over 100 was in Buffalo. So he's been, going off as of late.
Oh, so you went with Landry, Kayshon Boutte, and Milton Williams.
Yeah, actually, I like to throw in a shout out to Will Campbell, because I know he got a lot of hate. I know he got a lot of hate by some people. It's been kind of split, you know what I mean? With Patriot fans, some people are pointing to his 2 penalties and then obviously the strip sack that he allowed. But aside from that, his matchups and the way he's been playing, you look at his PFF grades and whatnot, he's doing well. It was a good, solid game for a rookie left tackle that has that much riding on him, I'm
going to go. I like yours with Kayshon Boutte. You said you added Will Campbell. You went with Milton Williams.
The pass rush as a whole. Yeah.
The pass rush as a whole. I'm going to go Harold Landry. I like what Harold. He got 2.5 sacks.
2.5 sacks.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Kayshon Boutte.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to throw a surprise. I'm going to go Craig Woodson. And the fact that we didn't even hear his name, I think that's a good sign. Anytime you play offensive line or DB, if if from the TV, from a fan view, if we don't hear your name called, you're doing something good. You're not getting held, you're not getting beat, you're not, there's no penalties against you. We don't hear your name called, you're doing something good. And we didn't hear Craig Woodson all game. That's good. I mean, he made an open field tackle, but you didn't hear his name for the wrong reasons. And he's a rookie in his first NFL game. Now he's an older rookie. I think he's like 24, 25. He's an older rookie.
Yeah, he is 24, I believe.
Yeah, but I think the fact that his first game, he didn't really give up no big plays. Now the big play to Trey Tucker it was over the top on Jalen Hawkins' side of the
that field. Was on Jalen Hawkins. Yeah, he screwed up on that one. He screwed up. Right.
I think that Craig Woodson, I think he was solid in coverage. I don't got the exact number. He had a couple of open field tackles. He was pretty solid. You look at from the Raiders standpoint, I mean, they put up 20 points. They only scored 2. It ain't like it was they blew us out. I mean, I know if you look at it, it might feel like it, but no, they only put up 2 touchdowns. And Geno Smith, I don't know what's gotten in him, but the last couple of times he's been to Gillette, he's played pretty good. I actually thought he played better last year again when he was with Seattle. But he put up 300 yards last year and this year. He had better weapons last year with the Seahawks.
Definitely.
This ain't the Geno Smith from the Jets. This ain't journeyman Geno Smith. This is
not anymore. No,
Geno Smith is kind of revived. He's put him in the category with Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. They kind of revitalized their career or whatnot. And Geno Smith, I actually think we underrated this Raiders team. We didn't pay enough attention to this Raiders team, I think. I think the Raiders team was better than coming in because everybody was just circling that as a W. And I'm like, the Raiders looking at this as that's an easy W for them too. And we shut down the run. We shut down the Ungenti. Bowers had a couple of now he did go over 100 yards, but he had a couple big catches. He had 10 catches. Like he didn't kill us like that, but he did go over 100 yards. Jacoby Myers was eating us up. Trey Tucker, then the nail biter was the one to Dante Thornton deep. But I'm gonna go with Craig Woodson, Kayshon Boutte, and I said Harold Landry. Those are my 3 positives. You got anything you want to take from that?
No, those are great. But we do got to add in. I think Stephon Diggs. We said this, but I think Stephon Diggs, that was big coming off of his first game back, coming off the ACL. I know it's not nothing tremendous. He had the same amount of catches as Boutte, and he had about half the yardage total. But the thing is, I think he's gonna get better and better. I expect him to go off in Miami, and I know I said this last week, so we had to.
Well, he did go off. With Diggs coming back from ACL, I think that's going off because I didn't expect him to do that much. He only played 29 snaps.
Exactly. I was gonna point to that. Yeah, I think he's gonna get more usage this week, and we'll see how they utilize the wide receivers in a whole. If you want to move on, we're gonna move on to Miami shortly, but I think there'll be a different outlook, a different approach to how they handle the wide receivers in Miami.
What were your 3 negatives from this game?
Man, the negatives, Morgan Moses and Jared Wilson from the offensive line, they had a poor performance. Jalen Hawkins, as much as
Moses was okay. I thought Moses was okay.
Moses, I mean, he let up a few.
Yeah.
He lost a few matchups, but I mean, as far as the offensive line, it was up and down. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Drake may had time at times, but we'll see. We'll see with the offensive line. I'm still a little bit nervous about it. Garrett Bradbury actually surprisingly had a good game, and we were kind of nervous about him.
That's your negative. So you're just going with Moses and who for your 3 negatives?
Oh, 3 negatives. 3.
Yeah, 3 negatives.
So Morgan Moses, Jared Wilson, and then I'll go on the defensive side of the ball. That's right. I was gonna say Jalen Hawkins, for as much as he had the interception, and a sack. Mm-hmm. I still think he struggled. He got torched too much. They need to do something about that, and it's interesting because they let go of Peppers. Iffy situation at safety, but those would be my 3 negatives probably. And I'm probably missing a couple with how the game went. But Jared Wilson, Morgan Moses, and Jalen Hawkins.
Speaking of Jabril Peppers, he just got signed by the Steelers yesterday, so we'll be seeing him in a homecoming next week. So we're going to get into that next week, but that's going to be interesting. And Cole Strange is with the Dolphins, and we're about to get into that shortly. My negatives, I'm going to go with the run game. Mondre Stevenson, it was bad. I mean, I seen some clips. He was supposed to chip block. I want to say Malcolm Kuntz, and I tried to tell the guys, one of the guys about Malcolm Kuntz. All the attention was on Max Crosby. Malcolm Kuntz Number 51 is a solid player for the Raiders. So he missed that one. I like Jared Wilson. And I'm gonna go with, in a surprise, Carlton Davis on that last play to Dante Thornton. What are you doing, man? It's an all-out blitz. Just play back a little bit. And I think he gave up another play to Trey Tucker. I want to say probably late in the third quarter. I mean, we never heard these Raiders wide receivers. Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, and they came. I mean, the first one with the Marcus Jones blitz, that was crazy. But I'm gonna go with in my next, I'm gonna go to run game. Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson. I mean, in the whole offensive line, and I'm gonna go with Carlton Davis. Ramondre Stevenson, I don't know what's. And remember last week, I thought Ramondre Stevenson was gonna be my breakout play, would be the X factor.
Yeah, you had him as the X factor.
He let me down. So
it's a shame. The whole run game though is disappointing. Like,
yeah, we about to get into the offense and the system with McDaniels, but I just feel like the run game, it has to be better. And it will. Get into it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Drake may fit in the Josh McDaniels system. Do you think he is the right? Do you think it's a good mesh with him and McDaniels? Now, we went over this a few weeks back when we were previewing the season. I think it is. It's going to take time. It's week one. Everybody like to overreact to week one. For one, he threw the ball he dropped back 50-something times. Yeah. He didn't have a run game. His first game with McDaniels, a whole rookie left side. We're not making an excuse where it's basically facts. And I don't think he has a lot of chemistry. I don't think he trusts a lot of these receivers either. I think he trusts going to Diggs, Kayshawn Boutte, and Hunter Henry. That's it. I don't think there's a lot of trust there at Matt Hollins yet. Pop Douglas, I don't know what's going on. I was expecting Pop Douglas to break out this game, but it's only week one. We could be having a totally different conversation next Wednesday around this time on the show. But I think Drake, I want Drake May and Pop Douglas. And in the McDaniel scheme, it's big on the slot receiver. Yeah. What did you see in this game, and what you think about Drake May's fit in the McDaniel system?
That's what I mean. I think we're just going to be patient. It's going to take a little bit for it to click. If we only seen McDaniels do it with Tom Brady, I think that's what people worry about. They don't give credit to like even the Cam Newton year or the Mac Jones year. But you got to look to that too. Josh McDaniels still made it work with Cam Newton, who didn't really have much going. And now you have a mobile quarterback in Drake May. He can kind of take pieces from that Cam Newton offense and utilize it this year. I just think we got to be patient. And as far as you just can't overly judge from one game. It's 1 week, and we could have easily walked out with a win, and everybody would have a different tone to it. So I think if we go out, blow the doors off Miami, it's a whole different story. So I'm not worried about it. In fact, I think he's going to thrive in the McDaniel system still. Yeah. I haven't seen enough of a struggle to really have me concerned about it.
I think it's going to get better. It's week one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've seen it in the first half. The talent, I've seen it.
It's not like they were going crazy in the first half, but they were moving the football, and they looked like a competent offense. I just with the Dolphins, and we're going to get to it, I think they have opportunity with the matchups to really look good, look maybe even better than they really are. So I think they're going to rebound nicely here.
Planet, I think that first drive coming out, even if we get a field goal on that drive, I think it would have been 17-10 if I'm not mistaken.
What was it at halftime?
I think it was 14-10, right? At that point, because we went to the half with 4. No,
10-7 halftime.
Yeah, 10-7.
So they ended up going up. They ended up going up on us 14-10.
So it was 10-7. Yeah. Even if we would have got a field goal, what is it? 13-7.
13-7. Yeah,
I like our chance of winning that game. Now of course, you want a touchdown. You get a touchdown, 17-7. I think, man, that drive when Drake May threw that pick when he got hit, it still go down as the interception, no matter how it was.
Oh yeah.
I think everything went downhill from there.
It did.
And I think if we get points on that drive, we win, because that game was win. That's a game. That's a winnable game. You got to win that game. After that, defense was getting stops.
No, after that interception, they went 1, 2, 3, 4 straight punts.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy. And then before that drive, the one right before halftime, they had a punt too. So they actually went 5 straight punts. If you skip the interception drive, that's 5 straight punt drives. It's not going to win you football games,
Offensive line performance, I'll give it, now, you might be shocked, but I think first half, I give it a B- in the first half.
That's.
And the only reason I'm getting a B- because they couldn't run the ball. And I wish they would have
Yeah.
tried running to the right. Michael Wynn, Morgan Moses, like they're kind of bigger over there. They ran to the experience. I don't think they ran to the right a lot of times.
One time. I seen the stat today. It was one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You
I
got
give
to
it
at
B
least
minus.
yeah, no, that's a good grade because I do think there was enough. Like, I'm proud of Will Campbell's performance. I think, like I'd mentioned, Garrett Bradbury did good. For as much worried as I was about him, Owenu did his thing. You didn't really hear much, which is when you're an offensive lineman.
In terms of the whole game, I say C plus, but the first half I get B minus.
Where you go? That's probably I'll copy your grade right there. That's perfect because you can't really go say much more than that. I mean, above average, C plus, above average, not above average, but you know what I mean.
Defensive performance grade. I would go. You can go.
Well, the yardage is gonna jump out at you, but really, I mean, we did shut down what we thought was going to be the strength of the team in Ashton Jency.
Yeah.
We did great there. We had a great pass rush. I'm not going to obviously go out the water and say A minus or something, but I'll go B plus. You know, and we only allowed 20 points. If any real game, we should be able to put up more than 20 points to win. I think the defense did enough to win the game, but it's not deserving of like an A grade. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to what this defense has for potential. I think it could be a top 10 defense.
I'm gonna go C plus only because I thought the only time they really got pass rush was when they really blitz. Harold Linder, he had 2.5 sacks, but even though the time he got the pass rush, I think it was like they were blitzing too. So I mean, he was one up on somebody. It was kind of like a cleanup sack. Milton Williams, he was solid and he was better against a run than I thought he was going to be. Guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you're sharing the content and make sure you are subscribed to the Kansas Pats Talk Patriots podcast. Also, go over to my guy Pat's Planet. The link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you're liking up over there, man. Appreciate it. But make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're sharing the content. I'm gonna go C plus. The run game was good. I want to give him a B minus, but I'm gonna say C plus. I want to see a little more from the pass rush. Chase on Christian Barber was kind of quiet to me. He was solid against the run, but I thought he was gonna have it. I thought the Raiders' offensive line was a little better than what I thought. I really thought the Raiders' offensive line was better than I thought. I know they got Colton Miller on the left side, but I didn't expect that from the Raiders' offensive line. I thought they was gonna be able to run the ball, but they weren't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Both teams letting up 4 sacks. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but yeah, I think that's a fair letter grade right there.
Moving on, Dolphins week injury report. Now we did let go of DJ James. I don't know. I think my research just reported that he's free to sign to any practice squad or any team. I don't know. Maybe we get him back on the practice squad. We released Jamar Farn. He brought him back to the practice squad. I hope we get DJ James back to the practice squad. Were you kind of shocked with that move?
I was. Yeah, I was a little bit. I was almost questioning if something happened behind the scenes that we didn't hear about, you know, but it's probably just a football move, and that's just the name of the game sometimes. But yeah, I was definitely shocked because he had a great training camp. You know, towards the end, I guess he let up a few touchdowns, but I don't know. It's not like he was high on the depth chart, but yeah, it did shock me.
Now, a lot of people thought that move, releasing him or cutting him, was connected to Christian Gonzalez coming back. Now he didn't practice today. Gonzalez didn't practice today. Harold Landry was out. Morgan Moses was out. Keon White, he's out. Now today, Wednesday is normally like a rest day for a lot of veterans. Keon White's not a veteran. They say he was sick, so I don't know what's going.
He's sick and tired of playing backup.
Right. So I don't know what's going on there for the Dolphins. I'm looking at injury report right now, so I should have put it up. Waddle was limited with a shoulder injury. They whole right side is out. So that whole we about to get into the Miami Dolphins in a minute. Their whole right side, I think Jackson and I can't pronounce the other guy. Their whole right side offensive line is out. They deal with a lot of injuries. They're down to like their third or fourth corner. Storm Duck, when they're nickel corner, he's out. I think Benito Jones, I believe he's gonna be like they got a lot of. We don't even know if the tight end is gonna play.
So
for the Raiders,
they're in rough shape altogether.
Yeah. So Christian Gonzalez. Now Vrabel said today in the press conference that he's not going to be out there today. He kind of left the window open that maybe he could be out there tomorrow, maybe in a limited capacity. If that's how I read it, how did you read it?
Yeah, he's leaving the door open, and I think more people. I don't know if you saw people talking about the Christian Gonzalez he shared to his IG.
I've seen that.
A picture of him in practice gear, and song title was Get Back. So people are thinking it was time for him to get back out on the practice field, you know? So maybe that is the case this week and we see him out in Miami. That definitely would be good news for the Patriots defense, who just let up over 350 yards. Granted, we just talked all about that. And I think they'll be better this week, even though they have some wide receivers to worry about.
Even if they
You
have
know
on
what I mean?
bases, I would. I mean, 'cause I like Alex Austin. I think Alex Austin was solid last week. I didn't hear his name called a lot. Even if you got Gonzalez playing just third down, I mean, I just because he got to get some type of wrap up, because next week against the Steelers, if he's fully back and practice, you're not going to just have him out there when he hasn't really played yet. Then you're just going to run him out there in Miami going full sprint with Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle. So next
That's what
week,
I'm saying. Yeah, you only got 2 more days, and then you hit right there Saturday, the next day's game day. So yeah, there's a real good chance he misses this
That's
week.
what I'm about. Hopefully he gets out there to practice this week, but then next week, he's back to full, because he got to have some type of ramp up.
That's how I'm feeling. I think we'll probably see him in a limited capacity this week towards the end, and then he'll end up getting ruled out for the game. You know what I mean? Then we'll see him against Pittsburgh.
What are your expectations this Dolphins game while we're talking about it? We're about to do like a little Dolphins Patriots preview. They got blown out by the Colts 33-8, if I'm not mistaken. I did not expect that. I was shocked.
I
didn't. I picked the Colts to win in my weekly picks. I picked the Colts to win, but I did not expect that. Tua turned the ball over 3 times, 2 picks, 1 fumble, couple sacks. And the Colts defense solid, and they got some talent. I actually like Daniel Jones on the Colts. I actually thought he's going to be solid with the Colts. It's the best team he's had with those Giants team. He didn't have a lot of talent around, just Saquon Barkley. I think that's a good fit. He's in the dome, a decent offensive line, run game, got receivers. I love the coaching over there in Indianapolis for Daniel Jones. I did not expect him to beat Miami. I think this Miami team, they're on the edge. It's about to be a disaster down there in Miami. So they're kind of like they're teetering on just being just getting rid of being a disaster. And I think this is now we've had trouble going to Miami and playing
thing, right?
In the heat. We have not won down there since 2019. Guess who the offensive coordinator was the last time we won down there? It was Josh McDaniels. We have not won in Miami in a while. It's kind of like a black cat running around or something like that. There's always something weird that happened. Did you notice that?
Yeah, even in the Brady days, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Even Brady struggled in Miami.
Yeah, no, and they asked Vrabel about the struggles in Miami earlier today, and he brought up back in the day when he played, they still have the baseball field at Miami. So that's crazy. But I really don't put too much into all that, though, just because it's such a different team. Like back in the Brady days, I did put something into that because it was
this team is really different now. Because
it's such a different team.
This is a new team right now. A lot of players that lost the last couple years of Miami are not even on the team right now.
Yeah, and this like you had mentioned, this Dolphin team just seems in trouble. I wouldn't be shocked if Mike McDaniel ends up getting fired at some point this season. If it
big hole right there. Speaking of that, I'm looking at the Dolphins schedule. Now they just lost to the Colts. Let's just say hypothetically we beat them, right?
Yeah, they 0-2.
They play next Thursday. They play the Buffalo Bills on Thursday Night Football. So they're looking at 0-3. We're just saying, assuming we beat them, and then the Bills beat them next week. They're looking at 0-3. And you know, coaches normally get fired. Teams and owners like to make changes when it's like a little mini bye week. So you know, if the Dolphins play next Thursday, obviously not gonna be playing next Sunday. If they lose to us Sunday and then they lose to the Bills on Thursday, I can see changes being made in Miami. I'm already hearing they already kind of quitting on the coach, Mike McDaniel. Ramsey was calling him out on the podcast.
You know, Tyreek
Hill, he got a lot of stuff going on off the field that we're not getting into, but it can be interesting. And that Tua has not lost to. He didn't lose to Belichick, didn't lose to Mayo, and I mean Vrabel. And the last time Vrabel played Miami, he won in 2023 with Will Levis. So that was a Monday night game. I remember that game a couple years ago. So Vrabel had a little short success against going out of Miami. But what are your expectations for this game? And why do you think Miami, it's been a tough place for us to go in there and play?
I think it's just like the weather factor, the shock. You know what I mean? You go from the cold New England. It's not set up like that this year because we just so happened to go out there beginning of the season. But back then when it was a thing, I think it was just more of the weather, the heat. Typical, you know how Miami does the little uniform trick where they'll wear their whites and they'll make you wear your homes. It's just a heat thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's how I used to look at it. But my expectations for this particular game with the Dolphins being in disarray right now, that's what you can call them, the disarray Dolphins. But I feel like this is the get right game, the bounce back game, the one I feel like Patriots haven't done it since 2022, but I feel like they have a chance to drop 30 points on this Dolphins team. The cornerbacks are that bad.
Yeah.
And if our wide receivers are who we think they can be, we should have no problem, unless Drake May goes out there and just.
I do like their defensive line, though. I like Chop Robinson. He gave us issues last year.
No, he's good. Yeah, he's
Jalen
good.
Phillips, they got Bradley Chubb. And I thought the same thing about the Raiders. I was like, man, we should eat that secondary up. We should have put up 30 points. We should have a field day. What was I wrong? What was everybody wrong? So I thought the same thing about the Raiders. But the Dolphins, it's weird because the Colts had a little bit of success running the ball. Daniel Jones had threw for 20-something yards and they had 3 touchdowns. They put up 30-something points. And the Dolphins lost a lot this offseason. They lost Christian Wilkins a couple years ago. Lost Javon Holland, Ramsey. They lost even Xavier Howard was coming out talking about make Tua throw to the outside and they're gonna struggle. So he had some crazy comments. But that's crazy. It's always crazy when a player leave a team and they start talking. It's a frustration going on somewhere. But I think to beat Miami for number one, Drake said you gotta get to a quick start. You can't go down there and get down 10-0, 13. You can't. I think last year we were driving. I think we got the ball first, and we was driving. I think it was some penalties or something. We had a punt. Then Miami just went down the field. And all I can remember is Jonnu Smith eating us up in the middle of the field with them daggone slants and drags. Tyreek had a solid game. Water always gets the best. You have to get off to a quick start down there in Miami.
Yeah, we do. And I think they coming out of the second half this week as well, they got to have a better game plan because you know what I mean? They got to do something about that because you can't have consecutive drives, just 3 and outs after 3 and outs. It not only does it put you in the hole, it just deflates the confidence level of everybody in the locker room. It's just, you know what I mean? So they can't be doing that. They got to make some first downs. First of all, that's the first step here is get first downs because that's how bad they looked in the second half offensively. And I don't expect them to look bad against this Dolphins defense. But as you have pointed to, Chop Robinson and whatnot, like the pass rush could get to the Patriots as we've seen it against the Raiders. And then things could turn differently, All it takes is a strip sack fumble going the other way. Well, let's hope that's not the case.
Tua gets the ball out so freaking quick. It's ridiculous.
He does. I like Tua as a quarterback. I've never been one of the fans that hated on Tua. I thought he's a good quarterback. It's just you worry about him staying healthy and whatnot.
Yeah. Only person it's just Tyreek Waddle. The dude got the kid Malik Washington in the slot. I liked him coming out the draft last year. A-Kane at running back. They got Moses not there no more. Offensive line, like I said, the whole right side is going to be a new. We should have a couple sacks. Get after Tua. That whole right side is not going to be good. And then they got Patrick Paul at left tackle, and I ain't gonna try to pronounce the guard name with an S. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name.
I know some of the names are just crazy. You can't.
Yeah, so gonna be an interesting matchup for sure. X factors for the game and prediction, man. X factor. Who's the player you keep an eye on? Who's gonna be X factor for this game?
Man, I want to go Stephon Diggs because I think he showed me enough in the first game back. I think he's really gonna turn this into a 100-yard performance in Miami. Okay. You know what I mean? I got him going like 9 catches, nothing crazy over 100, but like 103, just getting over 100 and then throwing a touchdown. I do. We already seen Kayshon Boutte do it, but I think one of these guys is really going to go off against Miami, possibly 2. Possibly 2. You know what I mean? And hopefully, though, Trevion Henderson's my other one. Hopefully they utilize him better because even though he got touches, I believe it was 6 catches, those 24 yards. I didn't like how all of his targets came behind the line of scrimmage. They need to get him
the ball,
out. They need to get him out in space and get him the ball where he could actually do some damage because just those little dink and dunks ain't gonna cut it. You want to get the playmakers the ball, with opportunities, realistic opportunities. So 3 of them, 3 X factors.
No, just one or 2. It don't matter. It had to be 3.
Yeah, I got Stephon Diggs and Trevion Henderson on the offensive side for sure.
I'm gonna go Robert Spillane, the middle of the field linebacker. I think he has to get his hands up in them lanes because Tua like to get that ball out quick, and he loves to hit the middle of the field, them slants. So now that tight end, what's his name from the Giants and the Raiders?
Darren Waller.
I don't think he didn't practice. I don't think he's gonna play. I don't think he's gonna play. He didn't play last week. Dealing with a hip injury. He's been injury prone his whole career. I'm not, even if he does play, I'm not too worried about him. They don't have Jonathan Smith this year eating us up the middle of the field. It's really just Hill and Waddle. That's all it is.
I know.
So, and you got to, and I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of Marte Mapu in this game. A quicker linebacker. He got a safety, but he can play safety or linebacker and try to get to them passing lanes in the middle of the field. No Cal Duggar this week because Cal Duggar got abused last year in that Dolphins game. Every time they made a big play, it was around Duggar. So in Tua, I mean, we talk about Drake May, his turnovers. Tua give you one. You just got to catch it. He'll give you a couple. Yeah, he give you a couple now. He takes some chances. So.
Wasn't Tua the first interception Gonzo had? It was career.
Yes,
I believe
home,
it was.
Yeah, at home. Yep.
It'd be nice if Gonzo gets into this game and gets himself his first interception of the
Crazy
season.
Crazy thing is, Gonzo always plays well against the Dolphins. He got like 3 turnovers against the Dolphins. He had a fumble return last year in the blowout. He had an interception in the first game when who the kid was Huntley was the quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
In the Jacoby Brissett game, and then his first ever interception was against Tua in a couple of years ago, 2023's rookie season. So Gonzo plays well if he plays this Sunday against the Dolphins. So this is gonna be interesting. So my expert gonna be Rob Spillane on defense, on offense. Pop Douglas, come on, you had a bad game. You got to figure out this zone coverage, and he's good against man. We know he can do against man, but Pop Douglas, I expect Pop Douglas. You had 2 catches for negative something yards and a touchdown. How does that happen?
I know. It's ridiculous. I think he got his 3rd catch later on, and he got himself into the positive territory. I think he had 1 yard to end the game, but still, it's ridiculous, right?
Come on, Pop.
What about you think Efton Chisholm is active this week? Because I know people call for that.
Yeah, I can see him be active this week.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I want to see more Cal Williams and Chisholm and less Matt Collins. Please.
That's what I was just gonna ask, because a lot of people are giving up hope on Matt Collins. I'm trying not to, and I'm not yet.
Yeah,
it was disappointing performance, but I'm still holding out hope that he turns around as well. We'll see. But I would like to see Kyle Williams too. You know what I mean?
I said it. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Kyle Williams actually got in and made a catch for 20. He had more yards than Pop Douglas.
I know at the end he did.
So
last drive, yeah.
That was crazy, man. Prediction.
Well, since the Colts put 33 up on the board against the Dolphins, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say we also put up this same exact number, 33. Now 33. the Dolphins points, I'm gonna go about 13. I think it's gonna be that. Actually, you know what? No, let me up it a little bit. I'll give them 20 because it's in Miami. I'll give them 20. 33-20.
Bro, I got a feeling we win. We finally win this game. I do.
That's how I'm feeling.
And that's how you can win. I put a post out on Twitter. That's how you can win a boat or the fan base back. Everybody's out on you now. Go down to Miami, a place you haven't won and I don't know when. A house of horrors for you, and you win that game. You really can set the tone for the rest of the season. We're worried about Pittsburgh next week, but you go to Miami, you win that game. And I don't. People gonna say, "Oh, Miami's bad." They're does that? No, Miami's good when they play us. They're always good when they play us. So
it's a division game.
Like a big game for us.
It's a division games. That's what we do get a point to, because even though I'm sitting here saying that the Dolphins look bad and we should go in there and roll them, it is a division game, and usually those are tough, you know. So, but I'm still going to stick to that 33-20. The thing is, if we somehow blow this and we lose, you're not going to hear the same tone from me going against Pittsburgh the following week. I'm not going to be so confident in picking the Patriots, but I'm still feeling good about the team and the direction we're headed. It's just a little bit of mistakes we got to clean up, and I think we got the right opponent right here to help us out.
I'm going to go 24-17 Patriots. I think we get a couple turnovers from Tua. At some point, you got to win in Miami. At some point, the ball going to bounce your way. You got to win down there. So I think they get it done this time. And keep in mind, if we do win, you're 1-1. Dolphins are 0-2. If the Bills beat the Jets will be 0-2. So you'll be second division right behind the Bills with a big meeting coming up in about less than a month on Sunday Night Football with the Buffalo Bills. So if you lose, you're 0-2. Dolphins 1-1. And I just a little bit off topic. The Buffalo Bills, if they win Sunday when they beat the Jets, I think that game's in New York. They're 2-0. Guess who they play after the Jets? They got the Dolphins. They could be 3-0. Then they got the Saints 4-0. They got us on Sunday. The Bills could be 5-0 and 3-0 in division within the next couple of weeks.
And it's crazy because we were just watching the Bills and Ravens. We almost got everybody in the division at 0-1, which would have been a beautiful opportunity for us. Unfortunately, the Bills had to do what they do and make a remarkable comeback. So
let's get into some of these comments before we get off. DJ, let me see, DJ Drake May is a bit. DJ, what's going on with you, man?
Drake May is a bus comment. Nah, man.
Come on,
I know people are upset though. I get it. People
USC
are upset.
I think he trolling. Come on, I know DJ better than that. We should have drafted McCarthy.
Hey, McCarthy had a nice fourth quarter though the other night.
Oh yeah, he did. We need to run the Cam Newton offense. May will pop off. Yeah, DJ trolling. More RPO. See Adam J.
I would like to see more RPOs though. I would.
Yeah, I want to see Drake run the ball. I look like he's kind of tempted to run right now. I think they're trying to teach him to stay in the pocket, don't run the ball unless you have to, and just make the passes like that. He hasn't proved he can do that yet. Dink and dunk, and that's what they want him to do. Adam J. Glazer, what kind of motion? Ocean.
Midweek motion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey Adam, look like you might be one of Pat's Planet subscribing. Come on over to Kansas Pass. I'll make sure subscribe. And if you're not Pat's Planet, subscribe and go to his and subscribe over there. No, what's let me see what's good. The King Rose, what's good? What's going on with you?
What's going on, guys?
It's stomp time in the Dolphins Ocean. Yes, sir. Of course. Got to get it going, man.
Yeah, what about it? What do you think Drake May's stat line could be for this week in Miami? I think he's gonna like the warm weather. I do this week. Something about this game has me with a good feeling.
I'm gonna go 21. I don't want him throwing the ball 40 sometimes.
Nah, there's no need.
I'm gonna go 21 for 29, 240 yards.
Okay.
2 touchdowns and 0 turnovers. That's what I hope. That's what I think is going to happen. That Dolphin defense, if we get them blocked up front, that Dolphin defense can be had.
Yeah, and we need that running game. Like you said, we don't want to see him throwing the ball over 40 times. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that running game going. Let's try to run the ball to the right a little bit this time too.
They should run right through the right side center. Just exactly what Adam said.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. But they had an interesting formation too at one point. It was a wishbone type formation. Where they handed it off to Trevion and it went for 14.
I thought it'd be like a tush push, but then he turned around and gave it to Wilson. The biggest run of the day, I think.
It was. I think it was the biggest. So hopefully maybe we see more of that. And that's the formation I was curious if they do like some kind of play action bootleg out of. But
bro, let May bake, throw it down the field all day. Man, if we get them blocked up, that Dolphins defense can have. And Diggs, he's not from Florida, but I think he trains down there a lot. Diggs should have a field day.
That's who I got. Yeah,
fast bug himself too. Malik Washington. Yeah, he's solid. He had a pretty good preseason. I think
that's who Efton Chisholm was rocking for scout team jersey today, I believe.
I think they should try that Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, Cal Williams. I believe that's the recipe. Thoughts? Yo, me and we talked about that the other day on the show. I think it should be Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, Cal Williams. Let Diggs play the slot, Williams at Z, and Kayshon Boutte at the X. I actually think Boutte can play Z too, but man, just Kayshon, man, he's been balling, man.
I know. I'm proud of him. I'm hyped
for Kayshon, man.
I think he can go 2 in a row. I do. I wouldn't be shocked if we had.
I don't want him to go missing. He had a big game. Don't go missing this week in Miami.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you still look at Stephon Diggs, like you said, snap count wise, it's only going to go up from week 1 to week 2. So maybe Diggs sees more targets. I do expect Diggs to see a few more targets than he did last week.
I think they're going to wrap him up a little bit. And Mondre, I need a bounce back game for Mondre too.
I think the run game is going to come out strong. They're going to make sure that open and drive, wherever it is, they're going to start off from Mondre, Trevion. They're going to make sure they get some positive yards in that run game because, they can't do what they did last week.
Right. Could be interesting, man. Pat's playing anything else left?
No, that's my player of the game, though. I think I like your stat line for Drake May. And I'm just looking for a bounce back game. What was my score? 33-20.
33-20. Yeah, you got a high scoring game. I said I do. What? 23-17 or 24-17, I think.
24-17. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down.
We need to get the lead. I want us to get to 24 points, please.
Yeah.
Let's get 24 points, man. And I think we'll be doing something, man. But it'll be interesting, man. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the content. Make sure you all subscribe to the Kansas Past All Pages podcast. We'll be coming to y'all live every Wednesday, midweek motion. Also, go to my guys' Pat's Planet channel. Hit the like button, subscribe over there. Make sure you are sharing the content over there, man. Do some great work. Also, Sunday, Once again, hey, we had a big turnout last week for the Patriots Raiders play-by-play watch party. A lot of views, a lot of comments. We had a lot of fun. We're going to run it back again this Sunday, every Sunday, before 15 minutes for the Patriots game. I'll be live throughout the whole game. So this week, I'll be back 12:45 p.m. Eastern. So y'all come on up there early. The game kicks off at 1 o'clock, but we're going to be live for about 3 hours of the game, chopping it up, talking, going back and forth. Man, we had a great turnout this past weekend, man. The Raiders guy loved it. So we're going to do it again this Sunday. Every Sunday, Patriots game that we'll be doing the live watch party, man. So I really appreciate it, man. Y'all came out support last week. I really appreciate it. So we're going to do it again this Sunday. I'm subscribed on both of y'all, too. Appreciate that, Adam J. Glazer.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll have to hop on one of those watch parties, too, one of these games.
Yes, sir. Hey, stop by, man.
Yeah,
I really
will.
appreciate
we
it.
will.
But that's going to be it, man. We'll catch y'all again next Wednesday. Go Pats.
Let's go, Pats. Let's get a dub.
Yes, sir.